Well, I am back. It might not get the same people that were waiting to watch. I might. I'm not sure. I guess I will find out, huh? Let's see. So I'm gonna wait for a second to see what happens. Okay. I do apologize, guys. That's my fault. Technical difficulties with me. I hit the wrong button, got excited for no apparent reason about something, and I messed up. Knowing that my phone is having an issue here. I'm having the hardest time with this freaking phone. It's messing up, which is the better option for me. So, hi. Hello. I'm going to wait 2 more minutes because I basically dropped everybody off, and I apologize for that. So, but yeah, while we're waiting for this 1 minute to go across, guys, feel free to invite people over to watch this wonderful relationship show that we have here on Facebook. Okay. Hey. Minute's over. So now. Okay. Now, please, if you need to inbox me, go ahead and inbox me, and we can talk about it after the show. If it's something that you could basically possibly talk about, and we all could chime in on it and help you with, feel free to do so as well. But if it doesn't have anything to do with the topic, you can most definitely inbox me, and I promise after the show, I will try to help as best as I can. But guys, welcome to the Soulful Real Talk, the relationship live feed on Facebook, one of the best ones, if not the only best one out there, because we don't play no games when we sit down and we conversate with each other. Put it all on the line, god darn it. So, topic for today. Hello, Alan, and everybody that's coming in. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Topic for today, man. I thought I had my my hand around this topic, right, when I put it out there, but I just got some more information where I'm looking at it in different ways now. Looking at it that it can be looked at in so many different ways. Oh, okay. Okay, Alan, Missy phone died. Sure. Okay, cool. Um, the topic is you shouldn't have been snooping. Isn't that a lovely topic? Um, I was faced with that in a lot of my relationships, especially my last, about snooping. My snooping hurt me in so many ways. Man, can categorize so many different forms of hurt that it caused me. But I can say that for me, I don't know about anybody else, but for me, it was a good experience for me, the hurt, because I needed that. Um, I needed to go through that. My snooping for me was due to the fact that you try to ask someone that's supposed to be trusting, that you're supposed to trust, And let me say this, guys. If my thing starts acting up, you get this like green screen or whatever. My phone is, and I do apologize. Hopefully that doesn't happen no time soon. But I see the little white lines that might want to start acting up here on the phone. But I had the problem of having to ask someone that I thought I can trust, that I thought that would sit and tell me if they were cheating or not. But like, you got to think, who wants to tell that they were cheating? Who wants to tell that they don't love you anymore? It could be because they don't want to hurt you. As sad as that might sound. You don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. On who part is that a good or a bad thing? Let me see. No, it's not a white line over there. Oh. No phone. Stop it. Okay. Just getting that white line off my phone. So you have to sit and realize that is the person that I'm with, are they being as trusting as possible? And that's the hardest question. That is the hardest question, even when you start talking to someone, is, you know, so you see, Miss Scott, you say that honest is always the best. Yes, but do you know, and I'm going to throw a lot of people up under the bus, for those that are watching and for those that are not watching, that just might watch this. Do you know that, hell, in this world, people would rather for you not to be honest, for you to go throughout the whole relationship. If they don't know, then, and they find out later on, then okay, well, I didn't know at that time because it would have hurt worse then, and I don't want to feel that pain. And see, I'm totally opposite. Miss Barb, it was fine. It was great. But see, you can't. And hey, guys that are coming in, I totally appreciate it. You know, this is my famous hand gesture of coming into the show. You have to find out who you are. What person are you? What people we need to be is more trusting and more honest, regardless if it hurts or not. So I got some bullet points, guys. Yeah, we say that honesty is always the best policy, but do you really want that honesty? That's, I guess, that word comes in, that you shouldn't have been snooping type thing comes in from that partner or person or persons that sit and tell you, and that it is true. It's not always about that. It's not always about the person that's being cheated on. But I was looking at some bullet points that we can go over. One, the first being, snooping always brings pain without fail. Are you that partner? And when I mean, are you that partner, you know, are you that partner that says that you shouldn't have been snooping? Then if you snoop, you're the bad guy. So those are all bullet points that I would like to hit in this episode. In my freaking phone. Alright, the first one. Snooping always brings pain without fail. that is a true statement, regardless of how you want to take it or not. You're gonna, when you look for something and you find something, and if you find it, it's going to hurt. Rather, it's going to hurt for just a little bit, or not hurt for not. It's not going to hurt. I don't care what nobody says. It's not going to hurt. So you got to think about it. It's going to always bring pain. It's always going to be hard for you to know the truth, to know that that person is not even, it doesn't even have to be cheating on someone. I'm going to be honest with you. Do you know that is people out there that's lying about going to fast food restaurants before they come home? That's going to the strip club. Not like physically cheating on someone, but just going to the strip club. Or just going out with the boys. With friends. Hell, maybe even going out by themselves just to get away from the family. For what reasons? It can be any reason. Maybe they're getting tired of you. And I'm not trying to say that's a good thing. Not a bad thing neither, or whatever the case may be. What I'm saying is it doesn't have to be about cheating. Right? And I think that's what we mess up at. And we don't look at the bigger picture of different cases. We go looking for, are they seeing someone? Do they not want me? Who to say that it might not be something going on with that person? You have to realize that. And Mar, you say you don't you don't want the truth unless unless it isn't provided willingly. And for the guys that are coming in, I totally appreciate it. And hello. And Jalissa, you said if you ask your partner and they don't tell you the truth, so you're snooping and find out the truth, then what? Are you ready for the truth? That's the big one. I don't either. Oh, she's talking to Bar. But I also don't want to look like a fool. And that's the thing. Guys, come on. So, would you rather when you sit and you want somebody to be like a fool, then you're being selfish. Do you not realize that? You're being selfish and you're thinking about yourself and you don't want to get caught. And so when you got caught, I think it allows us to say you shouldn't have been snooping. It's easier to say you shouldn't have been snooping, especially if we've gotten caught and we feel as though that, and this is only when I want to say with cheating, a lot with cheating, especially because I came across a post on a friend's page. They post a little thing that they got from someone else that the lady, the female, she was folding clothes and she came across something only because she was folding clothes and saw that her man's drawer was junky and she refolded his clothes to come across something. And when she found it, it was like, wow, okay, so I'm going to confront him. And when confronted, the reply was, what are you snooping through my stuff for, basically? And her reply was, I wasn't snooping. I was basically doing my partner's duties. My wifely duties, my partnerly duties, or however you want to say it. But now she gets chastised. She gets put down. She gets called all these things. Oh man, you should see the words and things that this person called her because she found what she found and he was found out. So who's actually really the bad person in that category? You got to think, not her, because she wasn't snooping. That wasn't snooping whatsoever. You want to know what that was? That was basically being in a, I would say a good place. Now that's actually being at the right place at the bad time, because when you found out the truth, it was kind of hard. And like Miss Mason said, when you find out the truth, are you ready for it? And sometimes we're never ready for the truth. And that's why we would rather for someone to sit up here and just continue to lie and say, what? What am I doing? Really? Nah, you got to be kidding me. What would make you think? What would make you think that I'm doing? Oh, you want to check my phone? 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 Really? So you trying to tell me if I give you my phone, and what you gonna say if you don't find nothing? And if you don't know that by this, this person said you want to check my phone like a couple of times, and they still ain't gave you their phone over, it's because they try to psych you out in a sense. I don't know if you could catch that, right? That hello guys, and thank you for coming in, but that person is basically trying to buy themselves time and trying to fool you from wanting to look over in this direction and look over in that direction. But that's neither here or there. But my point is, you basically, you can't sit and you can't think that because you got caught, the door is open for you to say you shouldn't have been snooping. You can't say that. But we do say that. So that brings us to the other bullet point. Are you that partner? Are you that partner that has someone, regardless of what you are doing, whether it's cheating, stopping at McDonald's and getting 5 hamburgers while your family's at home eating cereal and noodles because you don't want to eat that, and you know if you go home and you don't have enough to eat this, eat that. I know people that will stop and eat a full freaking course meal from a fast food restaurant and go to the house and the family don't barely eat that and be okay with it. And it's sad. And so you finding receipts in a car. You see that McDonald's bag in the back seat because your little hungry self ain't sit and throw it away. And then you get caught. And then you looking at them like, and what? Whatever. You should have been looking. Are you that partner? I bet you nobody won't sit up here and tell it if they telling the truth. Can I say that I've said that? Let me think. I can sit and say no. The reason why I can sit and say no is I tell on myself I have the baddest freaking conscience in the world. Actually, my MS partner has told me that I am very rare when it comes down to men that she's known, that she's talked to on a regular basis, that you very seldom have men that tell on themselves when they're doing something they ain't got no business doing. Man, I would break down. You sit up here, and if I stepped out or something and you look at me wrong, I'm just, God dang, you know what, last night, you know, when I told you I had done, especially if I call myself in a true relationship with you, and I honestly just was stupid and did something I had no business doing, and you sit up here, you ain't gotta get no phone. And that's my thing about me. My phone is open. I have no problem. No problem at all. No problem at all. Open my phone wide open. Heck, I can leave my phone right there. You can look at it all day. I wouldn't even ask for your phone. Well, so, you know, I'm not that type of partner. If you are that type of partner, you really need to go and look in that mirror. You need to go look in that mirror, buddy. And for you guys that are coming in, we're talking about the topic of you shouldn't have been looking, snooping, peeping, searching. You want to find out that I was cheating, that I wasn't paying the bills. Oh man, that's a big one, right? Are you one of the parties that sit up here and you ain't paying the bills, and you tell the woman you shouldn't have been checking the checkbook, you shouldn't have been looking in the bank account? If you wouldn't have looked in the bank account, you wouldn't have saw that I ain't paid the bills last week, or last month, or last year. What kind of relationship is that? Do you know that we are building relationships on lies now? Just like the world is built up on a lie. Well, basically, the United States is built up on a lie. Do you know how many times we lie to each other on a daily basis? Only because we don't want to get caught, or we don't want to have that bad urge or that bad feeling on our shoulders. Because that's why a lot of us are getting depressed. That's why a lot of us are doing what we're doing and running away and becoming addicts with food, with drugs. Heck, with sex with other people. It's sad, guys. God dang it. Y'all see my finger? I'm trying to see. I was looking at the time thing. Darn phone of mine. Don't you gotta love the phone that don't want to work for you? You son of a... Okay, 22 minutes. All right. Because I'm wanting to bring somebody over once I get finished with the last bullet point. So yeah, if you are that partner, and hello, Aaron, how are you, sweetheart? Wait, hold on. Look at Miss Mason. I had an ex that found out my password and went through my phone, saw some old messages from a few men I was dating before him. He would go through my phone while I was in the shower. So, have I done that? You want to know what? I can tell you that I've done that. The reason why I've done that because I have very strong dude check the dates on the message dummy. But no, I can say I'm not that dummy. But I can say, especially in 2 of my previous relationships, I've always had spider senses of the person that I was with stepping out on me. And every time my spider senses or the hairs pick up on the back of my neck, I didn't even have to look through the phones. The phones looked through me, because for some reason that person would be asleep and people would be texting and calling at odd hours, knowing that this person has somebody at home. Who does that? You want to know who does that? Very disrespectful men that don't care about the fact that this person is with somebody, or that person just didn't tell the other man that they might not have been with somebody. And who do you fault? The person that's calling, or the person that didn't tell the person who's calling that you weren't with somebody? Did I confuse you? That's a topic that we are going to talk about a little bit later on down the line, but I'm just saying. So you have to think, guys. Relationship. What is a relationship to you? You're going to look at the other person and going to say, oh, you better tell me the truth. But if I got this secret, can you not tell them and it be okay? And if they find out, are you going to be the one that sit up here and say, you should have been looking. You should have been snooping. You should have been peeping. I'm going to tell you, that's a bunch of crap. You know what I say to people like that? Excuse me. That's not a good hand gesture at all. But you don't want to. We got to stop playing with each other's hearts, man. I am a true believer of love, and love is so tainted and so taboo now that people don't want to do it. It just kills me and it just hurts my soul. And for me to see someone, which is normally older people like in their 60s or 70s, that are holding hands, that are wrinkled. Some of them are not wrinkled, but they're wrinkled and they're like in a honeymoon state, and they're happily in love. And then you see young people and they got mean mugs on their face and they looking at each other, or they the cash register and it look like somebody killed their puppy or something, and you be like, what's wrong with y'all? I'm married to this person. What's wrong with you? I'm married to this person. How long y'all been married? 5 hours? And you mad with each other already to the point that you want to get a divorce? That's how the world is now. That's what type of world that we are in right now. And it's ridiculous. It kills me. It kind of pisses me off. So my last point is, if you snoop, you're the bad guy. Aaron says people have become so independent that they think they don't need anyone. Woo! Boy, now that was a mouthful, Miss Aaron. No, we don't own the person we married, Jalissa. No, we don't. We can't control the next person. But it's not about controlling. It's not about controlling at all. And I think that's what we're doing. We're trying to control each other. And we can't. We can't do that. Love is not about controlling somebody. Love is about building something with somebody. Because you guys have two personalities, and when you come together and you make that one piece, you make a whole new identity. Those two identities make a whole new identity upon itself, which makes 3, and which 3 is a complete number. So, and Don, you say you shouldn't feel the need to peep, and if they get mad, they shouldn't be hiding anything. Wouldn't have that. And yeah, I could, you're right. You shouldn't feel the need. But if somebody's giving you the need to look, shouldn't you be able to look? That's the thing. I don't even think that's snooping at all when someone gives you the need to snoop. Snoop is thrown out of the window when every day somebody is doing something suspicious and making you not trust them. You asking them a straight up question and they're telling you a straight up lie. And especially once evidence start rolling in, and not saying that you started snooping in the beginning. What happens if you're not snooping in the beginning and you get receipts, you get people calling, hell, not even people calling, you just so happen to be riding by and you see the person with another person of the same sex as you and looking all lovey-dovey. Do you not snoop? Do you sit and you say you gotta trust that person? Or do you sit and you ask that question, hey, who was that? And when that person says, oh man, it's just a friend. And don't you love that part? Oh, she just a friend, he just a friend. Aaron, Bob says hiding things doesn't have to be about big things like cheating. And I said that, Barb, it doesn't. It doesn't have to be about cheating. It can be about finances. It can be about, heck, it can be all the way down about just the kids, period. It can be about the kids. Just plain and simple. Aaron. Well, Aaron says she feels differently. She should be able to pick up your phone, and you should be able to pick up her phone without hesitation. And I feel like that. Pick up my phone. You can have my phone. Actually, you can take my phone out for a whole day, a whole week. Matter of fact, let's change phones. I might like your phone better than mine. That's how I feel about the whole situation. You know, it ain't got nothing to do about I don't trust you. I feel that even if a dude calls you and say, hey, can I speak to such and such? Well, she ain't here. I got her phone. This is her man. I got her phone. That dude should be able to say, oh, man, my bad. You know, until I call. Even if they are doing something, he still should have some type of respect. And see, the dudes that called my partner they was mad disrespectful. They was bold as heck. And me asking straight up, hey, I feel like I'm being bamboozled. I feel like a fool. What are you doing? Are you doing such and such? No. And, you know, and I knew it wasn't true. I knew what was going on. I just had to put the pieces together. And the pieces fell in my lap. Every time. Promise you not. I am not a snooper. I am not the type to go snooping. I would rather for you to tell me personally so that I can adjust in your face about the information that you're giving me. Heck, I might have to cry. I might have to tell you, give me a moment. Hell, give me a week and let me come back to you. But I would still prefer for you to tell me. Rather than me to find out in a text message and for you to sit up and tell me that you shouldn't have been snooping. Please, come on, guys. We got to do better than that. Mr. Jalissa says, and your mate should know that person's name if nothing is going on. Exactly. How many people do you got calling your phone and texting your, hey, somebody called you the other day. Who? You know, nah, who? What you call it? I don't know him. Oh, that's what you call it. Yes, you do. Yes, no, I don't. You ain't tell me about him. I could have sworn I did. I can only say that in a girl's voice because that's what's happened to me. I don't know about you ladies, but I could have sworn I told you. We went to school together and we had this type of history. And you know what? I'm gonna be honest with you. I am not a jealous person. Even with ex-boyfriends, you know, people probably say I'm kind of crazy about this, but unless you've had bad history with that ex-boyfriend, my thing is, if he sees you and be like, hey, such and such, hey, how you doing? I can only get mad if that person comes up, says hey to you, try to hug you, and if he attempts to hug you, you give him a hug, and you don't introduce me, or if this person doesn't shake my hand and say, hey, my name is such and such. Oh, see, then we got problems. Outside of that, if we can go through and see, I can be dumbfounded on that part. You can be doing something with that person. If that person just going by their routines, I can be clueless about that. Then that will be on me. But as long as that's happened, I have no reason to be jealous. I have no reason to be questioning you because you on your P's and Q's, which you shouldn't be cheating in the first place. But I'm just saying, you on your P's and Q's. So, you know, people are not looking at that, man. So, Barb say, I have so far not felt the need to see boyfriend's phone. He has his friends, and what they discuss ain't none of my business. Barb, that's, you know, you're right. what they're discussing is part of them. And I can see where you're coming from with that. Again, if you just so happen, and I mean just so happen to come across a text just by passing, because you know some phones have the things that come up on a lock screen and you get a female name. Hell, even if it's a dude name that said, hey baby, I was just thinking about you and I love you. You trying to tell me you ain't got the right to say, excuse me? So, Hank just text you, said, hey baby, I love you. Who the heck Hank is? Charles. You gonna tell me about Hank? Are you seeing Hank? Okay, maybe you don't have to just start speculating that he's seeing the person, but just come out and saying, who the heck, who is he? Who Hank? And that person should be able to explain, well, I'm seeing somebody. Or I'm not seeing somebody, what that was, but you still can't, how can you change that up? What else can you say? How can you find a way to change that? And people do find ways to change that up. And so, Jalissa says, I'm not going to worry about your ex. If she wanted you and you wanted her, then there would be no me. Exactly. Okay, and so that's how I feel, you know. Hey, I'm be I'm even the type of person that, again, like I said, if you don't come to me at the beginning of a relationship telling me that, man, this person used to beat me, this and that, this and this and this and that. Why are you trying to hug this person? Why are you trying to even hold a conversation with this person and you're telling me this situation? And that was like one of my biggest relationships. That was my issue, that I was told at the beginning of the relationship. And see, that's where that honesty thing comes in. I can only believe what you tell me. So if you tell me about somebody, and I go to find out something totally different and you tell me, why am I snooping? Because I'm seeing something totally different off of what you told me. Oh, this person was so rude to me, so nasty to me, so, oh my God, to now it turns to, no, he wasn't that. He wasn't that. I told you this. No, you did not. And I'm going to be upfront with you. I have multiple sclerosis, but when it comes down to relationships and to the woman that I love, 80% of the things that they tell me, especially about their past, is because I am learning them through their past. And also the present, but mainly their past. If they're telling me the truth, there are things that I can get out of that. So I have short-term memory issues. So I have to put stuff in my long-term memory, and stuff that I'm getting from someone that I'm trying to get to know. I'm hurrying and I have to attach it to music and stuff like that. So I'm putting it in my long-term memory. And so if something comes up later on down the line, I'm be like, hey, ooh, you know what? No, you did not tell me about that person. So obviously you're doing something you ain't got no business doing. Now you're caught. And so the only thing that you can tell me that I should have been snooping? Come on, please. So Barb says, can't and won't say anything. Boyfriend is from Africa. He asks me. I don't ask him. I have decided to trust. Barb, there's nothing wrong with trusting. It ain't nothing wrong with asking. There's nothing wrong with asking. Just because you trust, that don't mean that it's not happening, especially if it's happening in your face. And just because you're asking, that doesn't mean that you're not trusting. Because if you see it, you should have the right to ask. That's something that that's how we hurt ourselves. I'm not going to ask. 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 Oh, if I ask, I'm being wrong. I can't ask. I can't do that, but he can do me like that. How is it that he can do you, but you can't do him? We can't do that, guys. And Don says, Why would someone do that unless they are cheating? Regina says, secrets between each other. Yes, secrets. Secrets are very dangerous. Done. That just sounds like a shady person. Done, you are totally correct. Barb. She's talking to Dunn. You know, all relationships are different. Yeah, our relationships are different. And that's fine, Barb. You don't feel the need to. That's fine. That's fine. And guys, please do not the exclamation points. That hopefully they're not arguments. Because next when you're talking to someone, guys, put the @ sign in front of the person's name so that it'll shout out to that person. But is anyone in a relationship that is not camera shy that would like to come up, or has been in a relationship where they can show where they've come across any of these bullet points where you know, they've snooped and snooping just brought along a lot of pain for them? Or you could throw yourself under the bus and say that I actually was that partner, LaRon, and guys, I was that person. I did exactly that. You know, I was one of the people that said, I'm snooping. Hold on, guys. I got something here. Oh, somebody tagged me. Oh, I thought somebody was trying to come on. I thought y'all was being brave. I won't be the only one sitting up here throwing myself up under the bus. Or if you were one of the people that felt like you was a bad guy because you was snooping. And Jalissa, you're right. What works for you might not work for another person. You know, everyone isn't living the same life and or relationship. So, it might not put up with mess that my girlfriend puts up with her man. And that's their business, not yours. Okay? And so we got Bree. Why is there such a big issue with having a friend or an associate of the opposite sex when in a relationship, especially if you know that your significant other is trustworthy? Example, you have been friends with someone since grade school and to now 10 years plus. Should you have to cut the person off since you're in a relationship, even if it's just strictly on a friend basis? Bree, woo, girl. Let me tell you about that. I got a story that can sit up here and can compare to that. I am most definitely hurt by a friend that went to school. A friend that went to school with me and Aaron. And she was younger than me, but I called her my aunt. And our friend, it wasn't grade school. What is grade school? But anyway, high school. It was 10 plus years that we had been friends. And this person gets married. Now, check this out. I know when you get married, things change. But before they got married, the fiance tells me hi on a numerous basis. Every time that me and she was like one of my best female friends at the time, and I only had a couple. And when you're like a family member, when you're called a family member, you're not what you call it. You're not an associate, you know. So she was a best friend. I even talked to the fiance on the phone, laugh and giggle, blah, 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 blah. I mean, for weeks, months, and you know, this went on. And so they got married. They even told me that they was going to send me, off, what the thing is, the thing in the mail that you can come to the wedding and whatnot. And so I had to see it on another friend's page. An ex-girlfriend that didn't like me anymore because we broke up. They were best friends. Actually, that was the one of her bridesmaids. See the wedding, and I'm like, dang, I commented on a wedding because I'm still my ex's friend at the time, and like, well, dang, where was I? I'm kind of lost, right? And then I go, I'm calling her, I'm texting her, she ain't answering her phone. Then this dude finally answers, and like, she can't talk right now. I'm like, oh, okay, hey, I just want to congratulate you guys on the marriage and whatnot. You know, I wish I was there. You know, okay, all right, appreciate it. Do you not know it wasn't a day later, and I don't care what nobody says, that she had me on speakerphone and this dude had her call me to tell me that our friendship was over with. We cannot have our friendship anymore. I can't talk to you. I am married now. I can't talk to you. Dude, I'm like, that hurt me so bad. And I don't know why. Other than, I'm like, this same person now, this is what's so funny with that, is the same person she told me about the female friends that he had. So I wonder if she was able to tell him the same thing. Or was he able to sit up here and say, oh, nah, I'm not cutting my female friends off because we go this and we go that. So, Bree, the question of that is, my opinion on that is the insecurity of that person. If you haven't shown signs of you just like deeply being in love with that person, and guess what? The insecurity can come from if that person has seen you around your friend, and the fact that you might enjoy yourself a little bit better around them. Oh, that does spark up something in them, as in maybe something's going on. And it's not your fault. It is not your friend's fault. The fault is your partner's fault. Your partner needs to find out, why the heck did I can't make you happy like that? What's going on? So that means that your partner needs to sit down and say, hey, baby, I noticed that you and Calvin or whomever your friend is that, man, y'all enjoy yourself, and I can't seem to get you to be in tune like that. Y'all have history. How long have you and your boyfriend been together? If it's just been a year, it's been 10 plus years. So your best friend knows where your giggle points are. Knows where, if you're sad, to make you happy. Now, on the other end with that, Miss Bree, is you also have to give your partner something. As in, you have to be able to talk to him. Sometimes you have to disclose some things that make you happy. Sometimes people don't ask. You have some people that skip over a lot of those questions. And you can't wonder, why doesn't this person makes me, and this person might not be a bad partner, and the way that they were raised might just be different than you. So you have to look at that as well. But there's some insecurity going on there if this person is or even controlling issues. And that can go on a male or a female. All my relationships have been controlled by, oh God, can I sit up here and just cut my testicles off and say that, man. My last few relationships were woman rant. I was just one. I grew to love, and one I was just heads over heel, and I just felt that maybe that person was going to change one day, regardless of what this person does, regardless of what this person. Know what? Regardless, let me take that back, regardless what I allow this person to do. Allow this person to make me feel. Because I could have walked out. I could have left. Every single one of you guys can turn away and leave. You do not have to put up with none of this. You do not have to sit up here and snoop when you need to snoop and find something out and sit up here and take that bull crap. You shouldn't have to take nobody saying bad words to you and talking down to you because you don't found them out. Rather, if it's them going out and eating hamburgers, putting y'all in the hole due to finances, it shouldn't matter. So Regina says, for some reason, it's hard for me to trust anyone but God. I've learned to expect the unexpected because I've been hurt by someone before. I'm done. She's agreeing with Barb. And Jalissa says she agrees with Bree. And going up a little bit farther, Jalissa says, I have been told that any woman who has a single male friend that is in the friend zone is a man in waiting to come out the friend zone. Really? I've never heard of that, Jalissa, but sometimes that best friend still isn't that right person to be in a relationship with. It just feels that way because that's your best friend. So best friends are like one of the best people to be in a relationship with. And so that's the first thing that you be like, hey, because you always want your partner to be your best friend. Your partner should be your partner first, then become your best friend. You know, you establish the fact that you like that person and you want to be with that person, and then you sit and you try to find that best friend in that person. Because when you become that best friend with that person, then you're able to tell that person things regardless if it hurts or not, because you're going to find some way to fix it. Now, yeah, true enough, if it's something extremely hard and harsh and rough, then yeah, there's no coming back from something like that. But if it's something small, y'all can sit up there and try to fix that. And you know, your best friend becomes friends with your partner. That should always be a good thing. And your best friend is really not a good best friend if that best friend tries to hit on you, knowing that you're happily married or happily in a relationship. Because that best friend had an opportunity before you got in a relationship to say, hey, I like you. If they didn't have the balls to say I liked you when you were not in a relationship with someone, then why are the balls so big now that you're in a relationship that they want to take you from someone? So how for sure is that relationship going to be? And I try to tell people that it's easy. It's easy for two people to be married and cheating, and then once that person divorced and is not married anymore, then you're free for that other person. You know, is that going to work? Or is that person going to sit up and say, I don't want to no more, I'm finna stay with my wife? Because then I can send you back home to your husband if need be and not feel bad about it. But now you're expecting something from me. That's how that can go, guys. If you really want to look hard at it. And, you know, that's true. They're shy. But still, why get the balls to tell you when you are in a relationship, one of the relationships that they come to you, that you go to them and say, hey, this is the best relationship I've had. But then all of a sudden now they want to get balls and say, well, I love you. Regardless if they don't want to lose you or not, still, you just told them that you are in one of the best relationships that you have ever been in. And you're telling them because that you want them to be happy for you. So where are you now? You're in limbo. You're trying to figure out, okay, now I'm with my present boyfriend, but then the person that I wanted to be with told me that they love me, and then it's like, I don't know what to do. So Bree says that he never suggested that she should stop the communication when they got together, which was 4 years ago, because I didn't want my partner to feel some type of way about it, because it was an issue in my previous relationship that my ex-boyfriend didn't want me around any other guy, even if it was just a co-worker at work. But I haven't talked to my best friend since 2000. And see, Bree, that's where you messed up at, because this person might not have been the same person as your ex. We can't judge I don't had some bad previous relationships, and I cannot meet the person that I'm meeting tomorrow. I'm saying, like, the next person that's going to come in my life, I cannot sit up and say, oh, you're going to automatically be like the next person, so I'm just going to stop talking to this person. I'm going to stop being with this person. I'm going to stop talking to family members. You can't do that. You have to assess the situation, the partnership, the relationship between you two. You guys have to talk. You know what? That's when you put that crap on the table. That's when you sit up there and you say, hey, is it okay if I look through your phone? Is it okay if I allow you to look through my phone? Is it okay if I have a friend that's an opposite sex? If you put it out at the beginning with something that we do not do, and then we expect that person to change or expect that person to feel a certain way after the fact is being done, or we can accept the fact that this person say, well, you know what, I don't like that. That's what we don't do. A lot of folks say, oh, you know, don't say nothing about the kids. Don't say nothing about this. Don't say nothing about that. But you got kids at the house. So you're going to wait 6 months later. Now, you don't have to introduce your kids. You do not have to bring these people around your kids. But if you got kids at the house, if you're tending to kids, if you're wanting to have kids, listen, that shouldn't go past the third or fourth date night, a date evening, a date morning that you guys have. Hell, it shouldn't even go past sex if you're talking about getting in a relationship. But that's what we fail to do. And then we end up with people saying, oh, you got kids? Oh, you got that many kids? Well, okay. And then they just really in for you and not them darn kids. And then as soon as one of them kids get off a hand, then they want to say something to your kids, and then you want to say something to them, and then the relationship over with. How many best friends do you need? Well, Mario, you know what? If you can have that one in your partner, that's all you need when it comes down to, I'm not even gonna say opposite sex, because you always need someone outside of your partner, and it doesn't even have to be opposite sex. It's gonna be the same sex. Heck, it could be your parents. My mom is my best friend, and my mom knows a lot, and my mom's the opposite sex. She's my mom. If my mom is out of line, and she does something wrong to the person that I'm married to, and I know that the person that I'm married to is a very good person, then my mom knows that if I have to cut ties, I have to cut ties. That goes down even with my father, my dad. If I have to cut ties, I have to cut ties. My mom actually taught me that. Once you are married, once you have locked down with someone, that family of yours comes before your parents. And a lot of people don't believe in that. Now, if that person ain't a good person and you're trying to buy your time to get out of that situation and they go off on your parents and you trying to figure out what in the world's wrong with you, then you need to pull them over to the side, take them to the back room, might need to give them a paddle or two. Something. So, again, people do not, that relation, and that's one reason why I love doing this outside of my multiple sclerosis thing. This is something that I'm passionate about. I love the fact that love is still out there. People still want it. It's just the world screwed up view of love now because they can't take the truth. They don't want to be hurt anymore. Don't want to take the time. Don't want to have the patience to sit and say, hey, let me write down what I want. Let me pay attention to what I want. Let me think about what I want. Because listen, future wife of mine, I feel that we can trade phones. Future wife of mine out there in this world, we can trade phones for a month to a year's time. I can leave my phone at home and go out with the boys, go out with the friends, go out with the family. Hell, get in the airplane and go do a conference over in a whole other country and feel all right because I shouldn't be doing stuff I ain't got no business doing anyway for me to sit up and say you shouldn't been snooping. So if you do happen to snoop and you happen to find something, then I should be able to say, damn. I don't plead the fifth. Basically what's going on is that I did it. I did it. So for you guys, I kind of felt like no one was going to step up on this conversation really too much. But I liked the conversations that we were having, the discussions that we were having, the comments. I like that, guys. I really appreciate it. For those that might watch this later on or heck, share this. I know you know a couple of people that might need to hear this, might need to watch, or just want to share it anyway. Please feel free to do so. I don't mind. Paste it on everybody's page. Paste it on your friend's page. Paste it on your mama page, your uncle page, your daddy page. Hey, I know you got a girlfriend that needs to know, was she wrong or is she right? And this might be one of those discussions that you might sit up here and say, hey, girl, you need to listen to that man. I ain't saying that I'm not saying that everything that I'm saying right. And guys, anything that I do say, please take note that you research it. You know, research a lot of stuff that we're all saying. You know, before you make the decision to do or decide to do something that someone says, you might want to try this, or something that I might say, you might want to try this before you do it, because once you take ownership of that, it is yours. It is not mine. Because I am taking the ownership of going through the relationship that I've gone through, to actually sit up here and be able to say, hey, my opinion is just my opinion. It's just my thought. It's maybe I can give you an advice, but it's still up to you to take it. And once you take it, the outcome of that. You have to be able to accept it. So don't take something that you know if it goes bad, you're not going to be able to accept it. And that goes to that snooping part. It goes back full circle to the snooping. If you are, regardless if you get the little the little spider senses going on and you snoop, be ready to know that if you find out something so hugely wrong that it might just break up your relationship, and you need to be ready for that. You need to be ready. You need to be ready. So, with that, the end point of it, you know, we talked about snooping always bring pain without fail. I also asked you guys, are you that partner that tells the other partner you shouldn't be snooping? And if you are, you should go look in the mirror and kick yourself. Don't be telling your partner that, because you shouldn't be doing stuff you ain't got no business doing in the first place. Wrong with y'all. It don't make no darn sense. Sitting up here telling your partner you shouldn't be snooping. But boy, you know what? Let my next partner tell me I shouldn't be snooping. I shouldn't be snooping. Woo! Jesus! Be like, Jesus, take the wheel, Jesus. The last thing was, if you snoop, you're the bad guy. So, I know that I wasn't the bad guy. I don't know about y'all. I wasn't the bad guy. If you was snooping and you found something, you might have been the bad guy, but me, I needed to snoop because something was going on. And if I didn't snoop, it probably would have, and me having multiple sclerosis. Well, hold on, guys. We have someone that would love to be in the video at the last minute here. Sherry? I was just about to end this, Sherry. We're going to see if Facebook would allow you to get on. If you get on, Miss Sherry, I would allow you to speak, girl, speak. We're just going to see, Miss Sherry. I'm not sure. Facebook has been messing with me. So, guys, don't leave just yet. We're going to see if Miss Sherry can come on, because I've been on more than an hour before. Oh, Miss Sherry, I have my phone turned, so you might have to turn your phone as well. You guys, if you want to come on, and I have my phone in the view, where yeah, the long way, you have to be turned that way as well. Sherry's trying to bring you on. I'm not sure what's going on. But yeah, so y'all give 1 second, hold on. We might have one great conversation again here before I get off. Miss Sherry, you barely missed me there, girl. You still might miss me. Well, thank you. I look like an M&M, the peanut kind of M&M. Like the peanut. I'm the new one, the new M&M, the extremely caramel M&M with a peanut. With well, Miss Sherry, it won't let you come up for some reason, Miss Sherry. Not sure what's going on. Oh, there you go. They don't start messing up, guys. That means that it's time for me to go, Miss Sherry. For some reason, Facebook has started to mess up. So, If you guys are seeing this on YouTube, there's a corner up here where you're going to see a subscription button. Go ahead and click that subscription button. And down here, there's another button for you to see a previous episode, guys. Love you, and I got to go because my phone is broke.